Hey everybody, welcome to All Things Nate. Today we're talking about friendships. You know, friendships have always been hard for me. I was socially awkward, I didn't know how to shut up, and that was just last week. No, um, I've always struggled. Growing up, I had a number of acquaintances. I had a few close friends, and I had two guys that I would have considered best friends. And even those two guys, one went to college, one moved away when we were still teenagers, and we just lost track of each other because I'm an out of sight, out of mind guy, and so we just didn't connect at all. Now, both of them I've reconnected with, and one of them is actually the producer on this show, Jake. So that's fantastic. But I've always felt that friendships came hard, and the more I think about it, some of it is the ADHD, right? I have a short attention span. Um, I don't stick with things new and flashy, like all that stuff. You normally think of it as far as like things and hobbies, but it functions with people too. It's frankly why if you look at statistics, the divorce rate for those with ADHD is through the roof. We just struggle with maintaining relationships. But as I was preparing to make this video, and I have this whole page of show notes, I really was just kind of taking a step back and thinking about the friends that I have now. I've got one friend who just on Sunday said, "Hey, do you want to go watch a baseball game next week?" And I'd been thinking about this show and thinking about time and spending time with people and knowing that that's a thing that I struggle with. And so I made that effort and said, yeah, I mean, it sounded fun. It's just a question of priorities. So I went, yeah, let's do it. I had another friend that I missed a call from the other day. And so I sent a text, hadn't heard anything. So tonight I just took a moment to call because people matter. And people matter to me, but I have a tendency to best show that when I'm put into I don't know how to explain it, into a forced moment. So I'm at a social gathering. I have people coming over to see my family. I can be pretty good in those situations. But there's just other cases where it's hard. Now, some of it's the ADHD, like I said, but some of it, frankly, we just have a 21st century American culture that does not spend time on people. We talk about money as this great resource, but people, time is the greatest resource we have. We can never get it back. And it means way more to people when you're willing to spend time on them than spend money on them. And I've learned that with my kids when I take my daughters on daddy-daughter dates. Yeah, often we'll do food or something like that, so there's some money involved, but free things versus paid things, it's about the time and it's about the relationship, and that's what really matters. So I ask myself, and I'm asking you, what are we doing in this age of so much social media and so much easy access to communication that it feels like we're communicating less and less effectively than we ever were before? So here's my question for you, kind of a challenge for you. Who are two or three people in your life that matter to you that you've not reached out to lately outside of sending a text or a face message, but actually called them and talked to them, or gone and seen them and spent time with them outside of a forced social gathering? It can be a family member, can be a good friend of yours, whatever. Who are two or three people that you need to put some effort into spending time with? Would you do that over the next week? I'm working on it. I've given you my examples of things that I've done to reach out, to connect, to talk to people, and I want to do it more. And I don't know what situations will come up that give me that opportunity, but I'm going to be looking for them, um, because I just feel that, I told you I had these notes. I was planning to get on here and talk about how hard it is to make friendships and how busy we are. And I really think a lot of it just boils down to, am I just taking the 5 minutes to make that priority? So I'd love to hear from you guys. When you do, post a comment. Just say, hey, just reached out to a friend, just reached out to a parent, a child, a sibling. Just let us know who you reached out to and connected with that you've kind of needed to, but haven't been taking the time to, so we can all enjoy that and encourage you in that together. I look forward to seeing those comments. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe. If you do, please click that bell icon for notifications, and I'll see you next time on All Things Nate.